Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Tisdale. I'm a part-time reseller on places like eBay and Poshmark. Today is part 3 of the case lot series, which is I guess what I'm calling it now, but it's where I bought 200 items within a bunch of different cases, so essentially at least a pallet. And like I said, this is part 3. There will probably be 5 parts, and then like I've mentioned before, on the 5th I will kind of go over my thoughts and everything and experience of what I feel like this whole process has been like. I just want to say that to the end because I want you guys to be able to make kind of your own assumptions and form your own thoughts. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into part 3. If I don't see another Under Armour piece, I would be happy. So these are Under Armour, again, basketball shorts. Just basic pair. I'll still probably list these just because, again, they're just a basic staple piece. Wait a second. No, I won't. They are, looks like probably from just some college. I don't know, Lock Haven University. Never heard of them. I'll do a little Google search later, but more than likely these will just get donated. Unless it's like a, you know, a top college or NFL or something like that. Any other kind of branded stuff on here with the Under Armour isn't really worth anything. So next is this Columbia sweater. It looks like a men's. Yeah, men's size large. So I don't love Columbia, but I do love this color, and this pattern seems to be very in. And it's very loud for Columbia. Columbia doesn't generally do loud things like this unless it's kind of their vintage, more retro style. So I think this will get about $25. Right. It's Under Armour. But I guess these aren't that bad. I think they're... I just wish they weren't so small. Maybe they're kids? They're a medium, but that looks like a tiny medium. So, there's some staining. So if this doesn't come off, then it will be buy, sell, trade, or donate. If it does come off, I probably will list these for about $15 to $25, depending on if they're men's or women's. I can't really tell right now. This pattern's fun. Not bad, not bad. Johnny Was does not sell like it used to, but this feels like silk. And it's not, it's rayon, 100% rayon. But it feels really nice, and the pattern's really fun, which Johnny Was usually is. And if you look at the back, it's a button up, but the back has, it's kind of like little frilly detail. So it looks to be in really good condition, as long as there's no holes or pools or stains on here. This should do pretty well. Probably only about $30 to $40. Like I said, Johnny Was doesn't do quite as well as it used to. Under Armour again. So these are men's Under Armour. I believe there's basketball shorts, size large. They have some strings coming off here. Looks like it's getting a little loose right here. More than likely this is buy, sell, trade, or donate. The color, I kind of would list it just because it is kind of that bright neon color that can do well, but with the damage in the inside, I'm not really sure if it's worth it. Next is women's. Looks like a kind of a corseted top. It doesn't have any boning or anything in it, but just the kind of style. And the back is buttons. There's only one button right now, but if you look at, there's like little jewels. Which jewels are the glitter? Well, it's like little metal pieces that look like little stones. It's Scott McClintock Millennium 2000. Not great, not terrible, but probably only about 20 bucks. But the style's kind of cute. Right. Next is a Reebok hoodie, which I don't love Reebok, but this feels pretty nice. It's a size large. Not too bad of a style. Probably will only get about $15 for it though. Next is a pair of women's Nike shorts. I kind of like these and kind of want to keep them for myself. They're a size extra large too. So Nike's running shorts don't do that great. This is a really pretty blue color. I still list them. They'll still probably sell pretty fast, but I only get about $15 for them. Notre Dame. This looks like a vintage Reebok Notre Dame pullover, which could be pretty good. So I'm assuming this is going to be vintage because I don't think anyone works with Reebok anymore. And that label looks pretty old, as well as the large tag. So it's not starter, but it could be pretty good. I'm going to look it up really quick. So nothing too exciting. There is one that's basically identical, but it is the blue one for about $30. I think that this color is a lot more exciting, a little bit more unique. So we'll still say about $30 to be safe, but I still think I can probably push it to about $35, $40. Okay. So this is just a basic Reebok. Looks like men's camo. Kind of a tonal red, if you can see the embossing. Tonal red camo shirt. And this is probably only going to go for about $10 to $15. I still will list this only because of the camo. Let's see. This fabric feels delicate. So this is Stella Forest, which I've never heard of, but this fabric feels really nice. Let's see if we can find a fabric label. It is silk. It's 100% silk. So this is a beautiful tunic. I'm gonna look it up because I've never heard of it. Stella Forest. So I can't find this exact one, but this should go for about $40, which isn't bad. Maybe a little bit more, just because the prints that I saw on the other ones were not quite as pretty in color or pattern as this one is. Next up is Brochu Walker. I don't know. It looks like a women's dress. It looks like Free People as far as the pattern, like the kind of burnout or the oversizedness. I believe it's a dress. Brochu Walker. I have to look that one up. So this looks like you need to add this to your bolo list. I've never heard of it. It's new to me. The comps look amazing though. They are a little all over the place and I can't find this exact style, but it looks like it is bare minimum $60. This one kind of looks like it. $125, $50, $152. And if you can tell by the style, it's just a t-shirt or like a t-shirt dress. It's very unassuming. So again, this is the label. You want to look for this. Other than that, it is entirely unassuming and I don't see any other markings. Kind of reminds me of a lag and look style. So awesome. Love learning new bolos. Next is a Diane von Furstenberg lace dress. I have sold this exact style before. I believe it was a different color for only about $30. I don't usually pick up Diane von Furstenberg anymore unless it is the classic wrap dress that she's known for, because other than that, the things just tend to sit a lot longer than I like. Right. Next, looks like some Adidas. Just some basic 3-stripe Adidas pants. I believe these are women's. There is a ton of wear on the back here, so these will just be donated. Next is a Nike Skort, which is great. Nike Skorts can do really well. Not particularly this style, usually the one that's more pleated, but this is still great. It should sell for about $20-$25. This is the back. Size large. Not bad. Next up is just an Adidas top. I'm not sure I would list this. If I find a couple other women's Adidas tops in the same style, I might lot them together. Otherwise, this is just either going to be kept by me or it's going to go to a buy-sell trade, just because Adidas tops don't do much and it's not really worth me listing. It's a really pretty blue though. Next looks like another Adidas. So this is just an Adidas tee, but it has the trifold logo on it with the floral, which is great. Those Adidas prints do a lot better than just having the small Adidas logo. So this is something that I will sell, but it still probably will only sell for about $15-$20. More Adidas. So these look like just some leggings with the Adidas hit at the bottom. Nothing too special about these, but I'll still list them. They'll sell for probably about $20. This fabric feels nice. And it's Isabel Marant. So it is the, I think it is pronounced Etole, kind of diffusion brand or diffusion line if you want to call it that, but it still does really well. And I believe this is a wrap dress, which is fantastic. It is. I'm not going to be able to show this well. So it is a wrap dress. It looks like a mini. And it feels like silk. But so the label is gone, or it's like washed out. So I don't know of the fabric. It feels like silk, and more than likely because of the brand it is. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna go with $50 just to be safe, but this could be a lot more just because it is a wrap dress. Pretty. Next looks like a pair of women's Nike track pants. These are women's. Size small. I believe these are women's track pants. Not too bad. These probably will only go for about $20. I have to stop saying not too bad. This is just a basic white Nike tank. Is there even a logo on it? Just light at the bottom. Has a fun little sheer bag. So a lot of these Nike and Adidas tanks I will probably lot together if I don't keep them for myself, just because individually they're not really worth my time, personally. Right, this one is new with tag, which is the first new with tag that we've seen. I don't know what Terex is. It's an Adidas collab. It's a really cute style. Have you guys ever heard of that? Terex? I don't see a price. I do want to look it up though, because I've never heard of it. Alright, so Terex, it is just Adidas, but I guess it is specifically for like hiking and outdoors, not so much like most of their stuff, which is made for sports or the gym or things like that. It's more geared towards specifically outdoor wear. So really cute shirt, probably only about $20, but it should go pretty fast, especially because it's new attack. All right, this is where I'm going to stop this week's video. Next week we'll move on to part 4. So again, I bought these, I just keep saying a bunch of cases because it wasn't just one, but the total was $888. And at the end of this one, we are up to a potential profit of $1,410, which is great. Now, don't think I haven't forgotten that this isn't going to happen tomorrow, and who knows how long it's going to take me to sell these items. But the good news is that we are, a little bit more than halfway through, and we are already past our break-even point. So, and almost $1,000 over it. So that is great news to me. I'm hoping to definitely recoup my cost much sooner than later. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how fast some of these more bread and butter brands or items that I don't typically pick up or I wouldn't typically pick up, to see if they actually can sell pretty fast. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week on part 4.